In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial from my group on how to cut this stylish ruched Basque dress with gathers. So if this is something you like, kindly hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comment at the comment section. So let's dive right into today's video. So the first thing I'll start with is marking my basic measurements. So I'll mark my shoulder to bust, under bust, waistline, and I'll be adding a basque of 4 to 3 inches. So after this, you want to go ahead to know the full length of your dress because that is what you have to do first. So let's say the full length of this dress now is 60 inches. That is from the shoulder to the full length. Now what you do is you're going to measure your shoulder to waist. My shoulder to waist is 17. Now take out 17 from that full length, which is 60 inches. So 17 inches, if you take it out from 60, what you have is 43 inches. So now that 43 inches is what you're going to use to cut the lower part of this dress. So you'll be using like 3 yards by 43 inches. So you'll be keeping that aside. Now if you look at this dress, it has a basque, and the basque is around 3 to 4 inches. So after your waistline, you're going to add that basque length to it. So this basque length is not included in the length of this dress. It is only at the front part of this dress that you're going to include it, and that way the lower part of this dress will drop more at the front. So after knowing all these factors, we are going to start drafting our pattern. So now I'll move over to cutting or marking my shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder is 14 divided by 2. I'll mark. So the next step I'll take is to come down by 1 inch, and I'll place my ruler to draw my shoulder slope or slant. After I'm done marking that, I'm going to go ahead to find my chest line. And to find my chest line is my bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I'll draw out a straight line. After I'm done marking that, I'll go ahead to mark what I have on the shoulder, and I'll draw out a straight line connecting to the upper part of my shoulder. So the next step I'll take is to go ahead to fold this into 2 and mark. So after marking, I'll come in by ½ inch, go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. So after marking that, I'm going to go ahead to place my curve drew, and I will connect this all the way down and be connecting it to the upper part of my shoulder. After I'm done connecting this part, the next step I'm going to take is to mark my dart. And to mark my dart, I'll start by marking my nipple to nipple divided by 2. So my nipple to nipple is 7 inches divided by 2. I have 3.5. So after marking that 3.5, I'll be marking ½ inch on both sides of my pattern. I'll be using a basic dart for this, so I'll be taking that ½ inch all the way to the basque length. I'll also mark it at the under bust of my pattern, and after marking that, I'll go ahead to mark back my nipple to nipple here, and I'll go ahead to connect it all the way up, and I'll be coming down by 1 inch. After connecting that, I'm going to place my ruler connect and also connect at the other side. After I'm done connecting, I'll place my ruler and connect to the lower part of this dart and also connect to the other side. So after this, I'll go ahead to connect back with my marker, and I'll extend this all the way to the lower part of my pattern. And after I'm done marking this right, I'll go ahead to mark a basic neckline of 4 inches here. I'll mark a neckline of 4 inches, and I will come up by ½ inch at my under bust, and I will connect. So you can come up by ½ inch or 1 inch there. And after this, I'll place my curve drew and connect to the under bust. After I'm done connecting this, I'll now insert my measurements. But before doing that, I'll just outline the front part of this pattern. So I'm going to mark my bust circumference, which is 33 divided by 4. I have 8.3, and I'll mark and add 1 inch to my measurement. So I'll move over to the under bust, which is 28 inches divided by 4. I have 7 inches, and I will mark. Go ahead to take measurement of this dart intake, replace it, and add my sewing allowance. my under bust and waist is the same measurement, so I did the same thing. That is the same measurement I used for the under bust, because both my under bust and waist is the same measurement. So I'll just go ahead and connect my pattern, and after I'm done connecting that, so I'll blend up this dart because I want to draw my basque. So for your basque, you can use 3 inches to 4 inches, and the basque is a bit roundish, so come in by your sewing allowance by the side, place your curve and draw out. So after I'm done drawing this out, I'll go ahead to use my marker to outline this part, and I'll also be using this upper part to cut out the back pattern of my dress also. I'll go ahead to add an extension to the side of my pattern. I'll come out by 2 inches, and I'll be connecting this all the way to the under bust of my dress. This is to have that little extension at the shoulder part of the dress. So after I'm done connecting this way, I'll just go ahead to slash it, because we'll be using a slash and spread method to achieve the upper part of this dress. So after that, just go ahead to label your pattern so that you know what or where to place it. So I'll still use this pattern to cut out the back pattern of this dress. You don't need to go ahead to record. Only for the back pattern, going towards the back pattern, I'll be adding a zipper at the back. At this point, if you find this video very interesting and educative, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. So after cutting this, just like I said, I'll fold this in, and I'll bring another pattern paper, mark about 1.5 inches for my zipper, take out the zipper bulge. To take out the zipper bulge after marking it is to come down by ½ inch here, and I'll extend it, then place, and I'll fold in that ½ inch we went up, and then I'll blend in the darts, then go ahead to cut it out. So this is for the back part of the pattern, and now I'm going to chop out that part I don't need. So you can blend off your dart if you don't want to have that two joining at the front part of your dress. So now this is the front part also. So to cut out the back pattern, I'm going to place this and I will trace out. So the only difference when you're cutting for the back, for the upper part here, you are going to take it straight and not follow that little curve. So now let's go ahead to cut out the ruched area of this dress, and I'll get another pattern paper. But before doing that, I'll go ahead to cut out this area. That is the part that I have marked out. That is the reason why you should number it, because it is very important when you're placing it back on your pattern. You have to follow it accordingly. So now I'll be getting another pattern and I will place it on it. So I've gone ahead to place my pattern, and this is the part that we cut out. So now I'll be placing and I'll be pinning it. So depending on how ruched you want your shoulder to be, or how full you want it to be, you can go ahead to use any measurement. So I'm just making use of 3 inches, and I will place and measure again. So after you're done pinning this to the last part, you're going to be tracing it out. So what I'll do now is this part that I have on the upper part, when I'm tracing out the back pattern, I will leave it straight, but when you're tracing out for the back, you follow that slight curve. So after this, I'll just go ahead and trace this out, which will be serving as the back, as the ruched shoulder part of the dress. So at this point, if you have any question, please kindly leave your question at the comment section, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead to hit on the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments at the comment section. So I'll just go ahead and unpin my pattern, and this is what you'll be having for the upper part of the dress. So with this, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. See you in our next video. So when you're sewing it, you're going to gather the under bust pattern of your dress and go ahead to ruche the upper part to give you that ruched effect.